Shalom to the nation of Israel. First and foremost, before I get into my lesson, I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, a great millstone that teach and that rule well today. And peace and salutation also to the fellow laborers that's in the ministry, and the believers that scatter worldwide in all truth and sincerity, day in and day out. Once again, shalom. Okay, so basically, I just want to get into a quick lesson, okay, touching on, okay, this video that the beloved brother amongst the ministry that's in the faith, okay, his channel is the Hopeful Elect 3, and he gave the title to his video, Woman Shares Dream of Food Shortage in Business Closures. Okay, and that's the times that we approach. Okay, and you having individuals, okay, those that's outside of the truth. Okay, when it comes to nations, okay, or certain individuals that having these prophetic dreams. Okay, but us that's in the faith, us that has been called, us of the hopeful elect, that's involved in the ministry, we're able to interpret these dreams when it comes to end time prophecies by the way of the scriptures. Okay, because we definitely the time of great judgment when it comes to the Lord's wrath, especially when it comes to this place, okay, America, which is known as Babylon the Great, okay, and the downfall of this place, okay, when it comes to mainly Esau, Edom, and these heathens that Lord about to bring judgment upon, okay, when I say Esau, Edom, the so-called white race, okay, and the heathen nations, okay, those that's outside of Israel, okay, when it comes to Negro, Latino, and Native American descent, okay, because even down 2/3, according to Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8, at the time will be cut off and judged in the wrath of the Lord. Because at the time, the Lord only concerned about the elect, okay, the 144,000, and the 1/3 that destined to be saved, okay, as we're approaching and entering the time of Jacob's trouble, okay, Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7, okay, and we know that Lord got plagues set for this place, America, and one of the plagues is food shortages, okay, equaling famine, okay, which the word famine means to hunger, okay, and a lot of people here in America, okay, Lord going to bring judgment upon them when it comes to hunger, okay, or starvation, okay, especially when it comes to the time of the economy, okay, crashing, okay, lockdowns, curfews, in the time of martial law, civil unrest, okay, uproars of the people, okay, and we know that these elites, okay, want to forge an NWO and set up, a digital currency, the RFID microchip, which is known as the mark of the beast, to replace the physical dollar. And in the process of that, okay, they're going to bring not only a surveillance system, okay, but more rational, okay, when it comes to, the RFID micro being implemented, okay, that's why you hear the talks now of universal basic income, okay, Fed now, okay, carbon footprint, okay, and within those systems, it's going to be what you can have and what you can't, okay, when it comes to your social credit based system behind that digital currency or digital format, okay, and like I say, rational when it comes to food shortages, okay, when it comes to the stores, okay, or when it comes to buying and selling, okay, and right now you're seeing these foods, okay, a lot of these foods being recalled, okay, which a lot of these foods ain't nothing but GMO anyway, okay, you hear the talks of more lab-grown meat, okay, when it comes to certain businesses, when it comes to the farmer, industrial, okay, a lot of these farmers are losing, okay, their land or selling their land to these elites, Okay, when it comes to so-called natural foods that these farmers have, okay, that they they sold, okay, they business to the elites. Okay, when it comes to these elites, okay, to bring in more and more they their agenda when it comes to more GMO foods. Okay, you hear the talks of a lot of food process facilities, okay, being destroyed. Okay, hey, like I say, these farmers, okay, also um getting a lot of rid of their cattle, okay, euthanizing their cattle, okay, getting rid of dairy products or vegetables or fruits, okay. And so the things that now that we have when it comes to daily, you know, necessary things when it comes to food at that, okay, is being tainted, okay, or about to become more of a rationalizing, okay, and especially when it comes to this place America, because this place America always known to indulge when it comes to these American citizens, indulge into known to being gutless or overeating, okay, which a lot of these like I say, food have chemicals in it that people get addicted to, okay, mainly when it comes to sugar, okay. But you got the average American, okay, that can't go a couple of hours without food, okay, or snacks, okay. These fast food restaurants, okay, or these 5-star restaurants, or the grocery stores, okay. When it comes to to have the ability and the opportunity to eat, or the privilege at this time, okay. When it comes to this place, man, unlike these other countries, okay, as they like to say, the third world countries, okay, they don't have the privilege as you American citizens. They're able to eat 3 or 4 or 5 times a day, or being gutless, man, okay. A lot of them go days without eating, okay, or only have a meal one time a day, okay. And so when all hell break loose, man, here in the States, here in this place, okay, these people gonna lose it, especially when it comes to starvation, okay. But let me go ahead and play this video, and I will get a couple of scriptures, and I pray that lesson is edifying. Hey, but we coming in the time of the plagues, and one of the plagues is famine, okay.
I had a dream that I was driving by Walmart and the Walmart parking lot was empty. I had a dream that I was approaching Walmart. The only thing that I noticed was that there was a few cars parked, and it looked like these three individuals were residing at Walmart. It was the aftermath of experiencing food shortages. It was the aftermath of so many changes taking place in terms of survival. And it seemed as if there were only very few people left. I just remember that many businesses were shut down, many businesses were closed, and very few people remained. And there were only very few people who were at the store trying to store their items, grab items. And it just, to me, what I got from that dream was that in this nation, we're going to experience this scarcity. We're going to experience food shortages. There's going to be a lot of drastic changes taking place.
Okay, so you heard her. You know, when it come to her testimony of her dream of food shortages. Okay, and the chaos that's gonna be taking place, man. Okay, hey, what do you think gonna happen when people ain't got access to food or water? Okay, hell, look at Cuba at this time, experiencing blackouts. Okay, not having energy. Okay, you know, so a lot of everything run by electricity now. So a lot of the food that they done spoil. Okay, rotten. Okay, yeah. So how imagine when that type of scenario come to this place, America, for you American citizens, you proud American citizens, man. Okay, and that's why you're gonna have uproars of the people, civil unrest. Okay, clash wars, race wars, food wars. Okay, and so we coming in these times, man. Okay, and like I said, he got people getting on social media having pathetic dreams, man, about great judgment or danger, mainly coming to this place. Okay, but Yahweh Shema Shah has set up the prophets to give that forewarning. Okay, mainly start with the men of great millstone. Okay, the apostles, bishops, okay, elders, and the brethren on down. Okay, and those that truly out there teaching, man. Okay, giving that warning through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah or what's to come. Okay, and one of them is famine. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the scriptures. She went into a lot of these, how the stores been shut down. Okay, you got that now. A lot of these stores are closing, foreclosing. Okay, grocery stores. Okay, a lot of the shelves empty due to the trucking business or the shipping or transition of of food. Okay, because we always go into how a store, especially a grocery store, okay, can only have about 3 days of food supply. Okay, when it comes to certain stores. Okay, when it comes to the trucking business. Okay, and so imagine when these trucks they're traveling, okay, being cut off when it comes to the food, when it comes to grocery stores or restaurants, okay? And that's why now you're hearing people talking about prepping, okay, loading up on, on food cans or food, goods when it comes to food, okay? But the average American don't have that type of access, man. Okay, so you're gonna get chaotic, man. Okay. This is Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The food storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Okay, going to these stores, man. Okay, your grocery stores. Okay, your restaurants. Okay, your what they call it, the people that do the food rationing food right now, the food pantries. Okay, hey, you get a lot of people that's on certain benefits, such as EBT or SNAP. Certain programs, food programs that's being cut due to the economy. Okay, like I say, all of it really going into Esau Edom agenda to bring the NWO, and all of it gonna be centered around that RFID micro. Okay, when it comes to that digital format, and when it comes to that rational system. Okay, and it says, and sudden shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall sudden be found empty. Okay, the trumpet shall give a sound which when every man hear, they shall be suddenly afraid. And the main trumpet is the Lord setting up the prophets blowing the trumpet of great judgment, especially when it comes to this place, America. Okay, as the Lord set up the men out there on the highways and byways, and His word being pushed by the way of the internet. Okay, but it is going to be alarm. Also, when it comes to the time of great judgment, when it comes to civil unrest, martial law, curfews, lockdowns, rationing. Okay, and like I've been going into Cuba. Okay, when it comes to the electric grid, okay, being rational. Okay, they can only have about up to 4 to 6 hours of power a day. Okay, and when it comes to nighttime, that's it. Everything darkness. Okay, chaotic. Okay, and look at a couple of years ago, Venezuela. Okay, which those are the Cubans and the Venezuelan. To the most part, they Israelites. Okay, Cuba, the tribe Manasseh. Okay, and Venezuela go back to the tribe of Naphtali. Okay, so you got those Israelites or those Jakes. Okay, when we say Jakes going into so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. Okay, they catching a wake-up call. Okay, the hell they going through. So how much more when it comes to the states? Okay, and we know that Esau Edom, he's the head of everything anyway. When it comes to all this catastrophe that's taking place, man. Okay, being orchestrated, man. Okay, which the Lord set him up. Okay, but it says, verse 24, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. The earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. Okay, so civil unrest, class wars, race wars, food wars. Okay, and it says, and like I say, certain benefits being cut, man. Okay, aid here in America. Okay, let alone wait till more and more job losses. Okay, and then a complete failure and downfall of the system. Okay, economically, economically. And it said, the springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Hey, the rational of water. Okay, because due to you saw technology now, okay, they got the ability, because most people, the cities, the countries, or country areas here in the States, okay, their water is controlled by, electricity. Okay, so wait till these, more and more the electricity companies can, cut off water or rational water. Okay, you hear the talks more about these data centers that are taking over. Okay, they're holding all the water to themselves. Okay, and at the same time, they holding all the water, electricity. Okay, these data centers and people that's around in those areas where the data centers being built. Okay, the utilities prices going up that they can't able to afford. Okay, and people being in the uproar against these data centers. Okay, to the point that now, when it comes to, certain articles, okay, especially off the People Voice on .tv, okay, when it comes to the reports, and you got certain these data centers aren't being armed with AI robot dogs, man. Okay, yeah, it's that serious, man. Okay, that's the times that we in, man. Okay, just in case they want to, form a mob, they're trying to take down the data centers. Okay, and we already know these gonna be these American Edomites, And you can have simple ones of our people that's gonna try to join and protest with it, but they're gonna have a AI robot dog waiting for them. Okay, and it says verse 24, and the springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remain from all these things that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation in the end of your world. Okay, because they're going into Yahweh Shema Shah, they're living the elect. Okay, at the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, let me see. Verse 24, going into at time, friends shall fight one against another. Okay, so neighborings. Okay, and these people are already on the edge now. So how much more when all hell break loose, man? That's why the Lord gonna be the covering of his elect. Let me get this. Let me see. And I'll get straight to the point. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be in trouble, The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay? And so that's the time we coming into, man. Okay? Let me see. 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Okay, and these plagues, okay, coming out in the form of a scourge. Okay, a scourge is known as a whip. And every day the Lord bringing forth plagues. Okay, so how much more the intensifying of it when it comes to this place, America, Babylon the Great. Okay, future destruction, near future destruction, the times that we're in now. Okay, and it says, behold, virtues shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. Okay, as now. Okay, because things still, even though this place experience inflation, okay, soon to be hyperinflation. Okay, business as usual. Okay, but at the same time, okay, the Lord bringing a decline to this place, man. Things ain't affordable how it used to be. Okay, and it says, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Okay, that's with that word famine again. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, okay, starvation. And the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Okay, the sword, martial law, okay, race wars, class wars, okay, civil wars, civil unrest, okay, the Third World War, which is going to lead to this place ultimately being destroyed by the way of thermonuclear missiles. At the time also of Yahweh Shai returning by the way of the chariots, okay, by the way of the vehicles of the angels, okay, and Yahweh Shai only delivering the elect, okay, and that. Let me continue on. And it says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. Okay? Hey, but in the times, the Lord ain't going to deliver the elect like I'm going into. Okay, when it comes to in the time of the lack of food. Okay? Let me get this. I'll get this and I'll get ready to close. Okay? Yeah, because when it comes to the elect men, okay, men, women, and children, okay, of the elect, okay, the Lord said that his service is going to be taken care of, man. Okay? Especially when the Lord lift up that standard and those miracles, okay, for the elect. Okay? And that's the number that we're striving to be part of. Okay? Us are the hopeful elect. Okay? Isaiah chapter 65, verse 13. Therefore, thus say the Lord God, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Okay? Yeah, so the Lord says his servants are going to eat, drink, rejoice, be covered. Okay? Although we're going to have to go through certain trials and tribulations, okay, fiery trials, okay? But Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to be the covering of his elect when it comes to the men, women, and children. Okay, starting with the elect men. Okay. Hey, but the two-thirds of our people, right along with the rest of these heathens, okay, majority are going to perish of famine. Okay, the lack of food. Okay, the lack of water, resources, man. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the lesson here, and I pray that lesson will edify. Till next time, Lord willing. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.